Hello, my peeps. This Algebra Nation video will cover the left side of page 48, more specifically problem number 2. In honor of the 2013-2014 NBA season kicking off, how about a little NBA GIF? Denied! Get that garbage out of here. So remember on the EOC in May, when the game makers try to trick you with that tricky answer, swat that tricky answer out of here and deny. Nice. All right, let's get to work.
In this next problem, we have Marcus, who wants to go to a Macklemore concert. Don't we all? Well, Marcus is running into some trouble. Marcus wants to go to a Macklemore concert, but it costs $165 per ticket, which is a lot of money. Unfortunately, he only has $20 in his pocket, right? He's only got $20 in that pocket. However, Marcus is smart. Marcus is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur just means he's a business guy. He's going to figure this stuff out. He's an entrepreneur, so he's going to go sell some clothes at the thrift shop. So what happens? Well, the thrift shop is going to pay him $2.50 for each piece of clothing that he sells. So he got $20, and he knows that he can also get some extra money from selling his clothes to the thrift shop. How many pieces of clothing does he need to sell so that he can make it to the concert? Because we all want to make it to the concert. So what are we trying to figure out in this problem? We're given a whole long scenario, but the ultimate goal is to figure out, what does he need to sell? He needs to get to the concert. What does he need to do to get there? Well, let's see what we're told. How much money do we need to get? We need to get $165. $165 is the cost of the ticket. That's what we want to get. Now, how are we going to get to $165? How do we get there? Well, by $20, right, so we're starting off with 20. We need to get the rest of it, right? How do we get the rest? We get the rest by selling our clothes. We get the rest by selling the rest of them to the thrift shop. For every single piece that I get, I'm going to get $2.50. Marcus gives a shirt. He gets $2.
I don't think he's selling Lakers clothes. I don't think they'd give him $2.50 if he was selling any Laker clothes. They'd probably give him a penny.
50 cents. If he gives another pair of shorts, he gets another $2.50. For each clothing item that he gives, he gets $2.50. So, how much money does he have? He's got $20 in his pocket, $20 in his pocket, and what's he going to get? He's going to get $2.50 for each item of clothing he sells. Well, let's call our item of clothing, because I don't want to write out item of clothing. Let's call that X, right? X is a variable. It represents some unknown value. It represents how many pieces of clothing we have to sell. We got to figure out what we've got to sell, because we're getting $2.50 for each of them. Well, let's see what I need to do. If I have $20 and I'm going to get $2.50 for each piece of clothing that I sell, what do I need that to add up to? What do I need that to add up to? I need it to add up to the amount of money that I need. I need it to add up to the cost of my ticket. So I need to have 20 plus 250x, right? This is what I need. I need that to equal $165, which is the price of a ticket, right? All right, let's think about this. We'll think about it as we solve. Well, if the cost is $165, and I already have $20 in my pocket, right? Then how much money do I need to get from the thrift shop? Well, the cost of the ticket is $165. I have $20 in my pocket. Well, subtract 20. Because if the cost is $165, but I already have $20, well, 165 minus 20 gives me $145. I only need to get $145 from selling my clothes to the thrift shop. 250 X. I need to get $145 worth of clothes sold at the thrift shop. So I get $250 for each item that I sell. How many do I have to do? Enough to get me to $150. Well, let's see. How would I solve for that? Well, I'm going to divide by $250. When I divide by $250, let's see what I get. For each item I get $250. How many items do I have to sell in order to get to $145? Well, $145 divided by $250 gives me 58. I need to sell 58 items of clothing. Each time I sell an item of clothing, I get $2.50. If I sell 58 items of clothing, I'm going to get $145 for every
And if you ever are missing an item of clothing, blame Marcus. He probably stole it from you so he could get his $2.50.
single item. I get $2.50. Well, 58 times 250 gives me $145. Well, if I get $145 from selling my clothes to the thrift shop, and I already had $20 in my pocket, so I had $20, the amount of money that I have, I've got enough to go to the concert. So you guys see what we did there? We were just doing a solving problem. We set up an equation, and we solved. Don't get confused by my crazy calculator that I just brought on the screen. Still do it with this one. Remember, we would do 250 times 58 articles of clothing gave us $145. We added on $20 that we already had in our pocket, and we ended up with $165. Setting up the equation is just doing that. We say, you know what, the price of a ticket is $165. That's equal to the amount that I've got in my pocket, plus I've got to earn the rest.
Enjoy the concert, Marcus.